So, we all know the six Infinity Stones: time, mind, power, reality, space, and soul. We all know that Thanos used all of these at once to wipe out 50% of all life. We also know he used the stones to destroy the stones as well. So we know that these stones are powerful. But how powerful are they individually? And where do these stones even come from? Well, let's find out. First, some backstory. This is what the collector said in Guardians of the Galaxy about the stones. Before creation itself, there were six singularities. Then the universe exploded into existence, and the remnants of these systems were forged into concentrated ingots, Infinity Stones. The first of the six stones we're talking about today is the Power Stone. This stone was used as a weapon by the Celestials to place judgment upon worlds and their populaces, wiping out entire civilizations. It nearly killed Star-Lord when he held it despite being half celestial, and then it nearly killed the Guardians of the Galaxy despite having its power evenly distributed amongst them. It severely amped Cronin the Accuser, and even allowed him to project a blast powerful enough to put a massive hole in the Nova Corps' massive force field. It killed one of the Collector's servants with just a mere touch, and then Thanos used it to torture Thor, as well as break apart parts of Titan's moon. He even projected a blast from the stone that knocked out Captain Marvel, and we all know how powerful she is as well. Yeah, it's not called the Power Stone for nothing. Next, we have the Reality Stone. Also known as the Ether, before as a stone, it appeared as a symbiotic red vicious liquid capable of being absorbed into a body of a living host, giving the host reality warping powers and subjective influence on the universe. There's only been two hosts, Jane Foster and Malekith. Malekith wanted to use it to bring darkness across the Nine Realms, but Thor was able to stop him after a fight that took place literally across the Nine Realms. Although he and Jane had it, neither one got a chance to explore its true potential. And then Thanos used it to trick Gamora into thinking she had killed him, to show Doctor Strange what Titan looked like when it was thriving, and turn Star-Lord's blaster shots into bubbles. The stone was so powerful that Bor, Odin's dad, said it was too powerful to be destroyed, and we have to assume he was as powerful as Odin was, considering he is the king of Asgard. Next is the Space Stone. Being held in this cube known as the Tesseract, Red Skull found it hidden in a box behind the World Tree. He and Arnim Zola used it to make and fuel their weapons in World War II, which could vaporize men in one blast. This stone is what made Captain Marvel one of the most powerful heroes in the MCU. Its main ability was allowing the user to teleport across space via portals. It teleported Red Skull all the way to Vormir. It teleported Thanos from Titan to Wakanda on Earth. And it teleported 2012 Loki to Lord knows where. We'll find that out when his show drops on Disney+. But it can also disrupt one's molecular structure, as when Thanos used it to phase the Hulkbuster armor through himself and into a massive rock. Thanos also used it to create a small black hole as well. But next, we have the Time Stone. This stone was put in this ancient artifact known as the Eye of Agamotto, a pendant created by the first Sorcerer Supreme, Agamotto. This pendant was used to harness the power of the stone, and now is every sorcerer's duty to protect. It allows the user to manipulate time in several ways, like he can specifically change the time of a specific object without messing with the flow of time in the real world. Strange done this with an apple, and during his fight with Cassius. Sorry if I missaid his name. Strange used it to slow down time to the point time basically stood still. He put the powerful entity Dormammu in a time loop for all eternity until he agreed to Strange's terms, literally bored Dormammu into submission. Later, Thanos used it to reverse time to get the Mind Stone after Wanda had destroyed it, and Strange also used it to look at over 14 million possible futures in Infinity War as well. But next, we now have the Mind Stone. All we know about this stone's origins is that Thanos gave it to Loki and that scepter to aid him in his invasion on Earth. Jarvis said that this stone was like a very powerful computer. It grants the user several mental abilities, such as subjugating or brainwashing the minds of others, project this user's consciousness to a higher plane of existence, telepathy, telekinesis, and it greatly increases the user's intelligence. Loki was able to use the scepter to project powerful energy blasts, capable of destroying cars and aircraft. He also brainwashed Hawkeye as well as several other S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. This stone is what gave Wanda and Pietro their powers. Later, Ultron used the stone to help give life to Vision, and then Vision could use it to project a powerful beam capable of helping burn Ultron's vibranium skin and nearly killing War Machine. And finally, it took Wanda going all out to destroy this stone. But last but not least, the Soul Stone. Not much is known about this stone and what it can do. Wong's ancient text said that this stone could prove to be the greatest threat out of the Infinity Stones. We also know it was on Vormir presumably since the beginning of the universe, and it was guarded by Red Skull for over 70 years. There was an ancient prophecy or curse placed upon it, stating in order to retrieve it, you have to sacrifice that of what you love, a soul for a soul. Thanos sacrificed Gamora in Infinity War, and Black Widow willingly killed herself so Hawkeye could get it in Endgame. This curse or whatever was placed on it so the user understands its power. The stone can manipulate the spiritual essence of living or the dead. It also has its own pocket dimension, known as the Soul World, where the souls of the dead can be communicated with. This world, known as the Soul World, is seen when Thanos is speaking to Kid Gamora after he performed the first snap in Infinity War. But that's it. Those are the 6 Infinity Stones in the MCU. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you think and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all that great stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.